When you're in a recession, people lose their jobs, the states don't collect as much revenues, and yet spending keeps going. And you create huge state deficits. You expect that during a recession. And you raise the taxes. You make things a little bit more efficient. And then when the recovery comes, I take more of your money and I generate surpluses. That's exactly what happened between the 2001 recession all the way up to 2009. The blue line outstripped the orange line. And we had the big one, 2009 beyond. We saw a huge reduction in state collections, and yet our spending continued to go on. Those are expected to happen. Those are expected to happen during recessions. So what's so different? Look at what the projection is right now. Spending is outstripping revenues, even though we're generating 2 million more jobs a year, and I'm taking more and more of your money. It's not supposed to happen. And the reason why it's happening is because even though our revenues, the blue line, are still increasing, it's because costs are rising even faster. And what costs are they? Time department. Medicare, Medicaid is now the largest expenditure of state governments. Guess what? America's aging. There's more and more going on Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. The costs keep rising. And guess what the problem is? That's structural. That's not going to change. That's going to continue into the future. And revenues, we have it projected right now, don't keep pace. We created a $16 billion deficit if you add up all the states last year. Growth is going to slow. Job creation is going to slow. Costs are going to continue to rise. Those deficits are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you know what happens if you've got a balanced budget amendment? You know what happens. You're forced to make priority decisions. What is most important to make that budget work? And you've heard me say this before. It comes down to the simple choice. Pave that road or pills for grandma. Grandma will win every time. Entitlements will take place over construction. And this is an underlying weakness in terms of the construction outlook. We continue to see the amount dedicated in budgets for transportation spending continue to decline. When we do our forecast, we start with the states. That's the foundation of everything. And then we put the federal programs on top of it. Well, if your foundation is sinking, guess what? It undermines the growth rates you see on the public sector. It's not just the state. It's the federal debt. We're now, this year, going to generate $1 trillion in debt. George Washington to Ronald Reagan, that's how long it took us to generate the first $1 trillion in debt. Now we're doing it every year. Every year in the forecast out. We came close last year, we're going to do it this year. And what my point is that this is on the consciousness. We all shake our heads, this is crazy. And what I'm suggesting is that the next infrastructure program that comes up must be completely financed. It cannot add to this.